Welcome back. Today we're focusing on Control 3.1.6, Least Privilege, Privileged Accounts, another critical part of the access control family under NIST SP 800-171. This control builds directly on what we covered last time, except now, the spotlight is on accounts with elevated access such as system admins, root users, and others with special privileges. Privileged accounts can bypass safeguards, access sensitive settings, and perform powerful actions. That's why the government, and common sense, say only trusted, authorized personnel should have them. The principle is simple. If you don't need privileged access, you shouldn't have it. And if you do, use it only for those specific tasks. There are two key requirements under this control. Privileged accounts must be restricted to specific personnel or roles. And users with privileged accounts must also use non-privileged accounts when accessing non-security functions or information. In other words, just because someone has admin rights doesn't mean they should always use them. Revision 3 brings a more formal expectation from the Department of Defense. The question is, are the personnel or roles to which privileged accounts are restricted clearly defined? The DoD determined that the privileged accounts on the system are restricted to only defined and authorized personnel or administrative roles. This isn't just about policy. It must be enforced in your system.
To implement this effectively, identify all privileged accounts in your environment. Assign them only to defined roles, like system administrators. Document your rules in your access control policy. Require admins to use non-privileged accounts for routine tasks. Log and review when privileged accounts are used. And make sure system-generated accounts are also tracked and controlled. You don't want dormant or unknown accounts quietly lingering in the background. Here's what auditors will likely ask for: a list of privileged accounts and the roles assigned to them, written access control and least privilege policies, system audit logs showing when and how privileged accounts were used, records of non-privileged account use by admins for regular tasks, and of course, documentation in your system security plan. You should also be ready to explain how you enforce these policies in practice. Privileged accounts are powerful and dangerous if misused. By locking them down, you reduce the blast radius of mistakes or breaches. Even the best cybersecurity defenses can't help if an attacker gets in through an over-permissioned admin account. That's why this control is here, to protect your crown jewels.
That wraps up 3.1.6, Least Privilege, Privileged Accounts. Coming up next, we'll explore 3.1.7, Least Privilege, Privileged Functions, and how to restrict access to sensitive actions like patching, account creation, and key management. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow along as we continue walking through NIST SP 800-171, Revision 3, one control at a time.